So I've got to share this article with you at the Philadelphia Inquirer. And folks, they are losing it out there. The media, the left, they are losing it. Now, I'm an independent voter. I've said that numerous times here on the channel. And I think both parties are full of crap. And they're the main reason why we have all these issues that we have right now. I mean, when you've got two parties in power, this is what happens. Now, in case you missed it, Nancy Pelosi came out, I think today or yesterday, and she's saying that Trump should drop out because he's suffering from dementia. Compared to Biden, Trump's a spring chicken. He's a spring chicken. So the Philadelphia Inquirer is jumping on the bandwagon here, saying that Trump should drop out of the race, just like Nancy Pelosi said. But if you want to know who's suffering from dementia, it's this political class in D.C., the political elite. You're the ones with dementia, not Trump, not me, not the average Joe or Joanna Blow out there that's getting up and going to work and raising their kids. So this is by the editorial board. They don't give the actual people on the editorial board here, but they say it's by the editorial board. So you have to pay attention because you see, they're the editorial board. They know more than you. But who is the editorial board? That's the big question. So President Joe Biden's debate performance was a disaster. So they admit it was a disaster. I think the whole debate was a disaster. And things seemed really off. Did you notice how the audio wasn't working in the beginning of the debate? The music was louder than the moderators. Who was it? Jake Tapper and Dana Dash? Dana Dash, there you go. It's Dana Dash on CNN. Dana Dash. And Tapper Jake. So his disjointed responses and dazed look sparked calls for him to drop out of the presidential race. But lost in the hand-wringing, but, you see, it's a big but here. But lost in the hand-wringing was Donald Trump's usual bombastic litany of lies, hyperbole, bigotry, ignorance, and fear-mongering. Oh my God! His performance demonstrated once again that he is a danger to democracy and unfit for office. Philadelphia Inquirer, and I've mentioned this several times on the channel now, we do not live in a democracy. This is a federal republic / a confederation of states. We always have been. This whole idea here of Lincoln nationalism. Why do you think we're called the United States and not called the United State? Why do you think California is different than Florida or Florida is different than Texas? Compared to New York. And did you see what happened in New York? I have it right here. Because this article gets into the incivility of Trump. He conjured up an insurrection, January 6th. So you have pro-Palestinian protesters who blocked this New York City Pride Parade, throwing fake blood at these Pride Parade goers. Says here, pardon me, this is at, let's see what the site is here, Times Now World. A dozen pro-Palestinian demonstrators are presently obstructing and interfering with the annual New York City Pride Parade, which is currently happening in Manhattan. Protesters hurled fake blood at participants, stopping the procession and causing confusion and disorder. As they attempt to reestablish order, New York City law enforcement has already made a number of arrests. So I guess they posted this in real time and they updated the story here at Times Now World. And then if you go back to 2020, the riots, the estimated damage from those riots was $500 million. Just after the 1992 Los Angeles riots. And they said about 60% of the financial losses from rioting in Minneapolis, St. Paul were uninsured. So who's the violent party here? So continuing with the article, in fact, the debate was about the debate is misplaced. The only person who should withdraw from the race is Trump. Really now? Trump 78 has been on the political stage for 8 years, marked by chaos, corruption, and incivility. Why go back to that? Let's see, $500 million in damage compared to a couple of goons at the Capitol building who broke some windows. Now, I'm not condoning the behavior that happened at the Capitol building, and those people should be punished. But not everybody who was at the Capitol January 6th was there to stir the pot or engage in insurrection or cause a riot. They were just there protesting the results of an election, which is their constitutional right to do as long as they do it peacefully and patriotically, as Trump said when he was at the Ellipse. But somehow we seem to gloss over that fact. January 6th committee. Hey, I pull no punches here. I don't care who you are, I'll call you out. To build himself up, Trump constantly tears the country down. There is no shining city on the hill. Well, truth is, Philadelphia Inquirer, there has never been a shining city on the hill. You're looking for utopia here. It's never existed in this thing called the United States. We've always had disagreements. We've always had a clash of culture in this thing called the United States. Now, we've had certain things we've agreed on, but we're a mix of different cultures. Different regions have different cultures, beliefs, traditions, in some cases, religion. Throughout the debate, Trump repeatedly said, quote, "We are failing as a country." He called the United States a third world nation. He said, "We're living in hell and very close to World War III. And Trump ain't too far off the mark. Have you seen what's going on? As I just said here, these pro-Palestinian protesters in New York City disrupting this pride parade. And a lot of those people in that pride parade are minorities. Black, Hispanic, Asian, you name it. Quote, "People are dying all over the place," Trump said, later adding, "We're literally an uncivilized country now." Trump told more than 30 lies during the debate, to go with the more than 30,000 myth-truths told during his 4 years as president. 30,000, wow. Philadelphia Inquirer, why don't you list all those 30,000 lies or myth-truths that Trump said during his presidency? As mentioned, I didn't vote for Trump. But if you're going to mention something like this in your article, then damn it, post every single myth, truth, or lie that he said. Well, we don't have time for that, you see, because we're the Philadelphia Inquirer. We're the editorial board. He dodged the CNN moderator's questions, took no responsibility for his actions, and blamed others, mainly Biden, for everything that is wrong in the world. Don't we have a problem, a crisis at the border? Don't we have high inflation right now? Just to go get some groceries, a handful of groceries costs you, what, $100? Something's seriously wrong here. Here we go, folks. Trump's response to the January 6, 2021 insurrection he fueled was farcical. He said, quote, "A relatively small number of people went to the Capitol and many were ushered in by police." Philadelphia Inquirer, yes, there's footage of the police, of the security people, letting these people in, removing the barriers to let these people, waving them into the Capitol building. This is well known. The footage is out there. You people at Philadelphia Inquirer are too damn lazy to go and look at the footage because you have an agenda. Plain and simple, you have an agenda. Come on now. Who are you fooling? Ain't fooling me. After scheming to overturn the 2020 election, Trump refused to say if he would accept the results of the 2024 election. Unless, of course, he wins. That's not what he said. He said he'll accept the results as long as it's a fair, honest election. In other words, no shenanigans. No dead people voting. No ballot stuffing. The debate served as a reminder of what another 4 years of Trump would look like. More lies, grievance, narcissism, and hate. Supporters say they like Trump because he says whatever he thinks, but he mainly spews raw sewage. As though you Democrats haven't done the same thing over the years. Please, please. Who are you fooling? Again, you ain't fooling me. Trump attacks the military. Really? He denigrates the Justice Department and judges. Well, let's see. What's been going on in the past couple of years here? They've gone after Trump. Now he's a convicted felon, 34 felony counts for a hush money payment, which I'm pretty sure most people in Congress have engaged in at one point or another, or a lot of people in Congress have. Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? Trump is an unserious carnival barker running for the most serious job in the world. During his last term, Trump served himself and not the American people. As though no politician has ever done that. Please. Trump spent chunks of time watching TV, tweeting, and hanging out at his country clubs. Over his 4-year term, Trump played roughly 261 rounds of golf. So frickin' what? I watch TV. I tweet. What's it called? Xing now. I like to hang out. Does that make me a bad person? It says here, the editorial board writes that the debate served as a reminder of what another 4 years of Trump would look like. More lies, grievance, narcissism, and hate. What were they saying during the 2020 riots? What were they doing after Trump got elected in 2016? Weren't people screaming at the sky? So I thought I'd share this with you. Like I said, it's just pure madness out there. It's pure madness. Trump should drop out. He's suffering from dementia. But Biden doesn't know where he is half the time. Had that deer in the headlights look during the debate. Mumbling through every sentence. The name of this game is incoherency. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. You can follow me at Instagram, #JasonComposes, because I write music in my spare time, which is why I'm on this crusade to preserve great art, music, history, and culture. Or you can go to X, Culture Confederacy at Culture Confed1 on X. This is the Culture Confederacy saying peace out, stay safe, everybody. God bless this thing called the United States. And you know how we do it here. This is where the past crashes with the present. As I said, no fancy graphics, epic soundtracks, or pretty boy camera angles. It's you, me, my smartphone. And that mission again to preserve great art, music, history, and culture. You all have a great Sunday night, and I'll catch you next time.